Let me now get you the latest from Dushanbe. The External Affairs Minister of India and the Foreign Minister of China had a detailed hour-long meeting at Dushanbe in Tajikistan on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Foreign Ministers meeting. The two spoke about the current situation along the LAC in eastern Ladakh, and India has insisted that China follows through with the September 2020 decision of the Moscow meeting of the two foreign ministers. India tells China unilateral change of status quo at the LAC is unacceptable. India demands full restoration of the LAC and insists maintenance of peace and tranquility along the border areas is essential for development of India-China ties. External Affairs Minister Dr. S Jaishankar held this hour-long meeting with Wang Yi, and the two have agreed on convening an early meeting of senior military commanders on ground. India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan will join us in a moment from now. Now, this meeting is extremely significant diplomatically. Now, after the last round of military-to-military talks, China and India had both withdrawn from the south bank of Pangong Tso, but China was to follow through, and the withdrawal from Gogra, Hot Spring and other friction points was to take place. Now, what sources in the government are telling India today, while some thinning out has taken place, China has still not withdrawn. In fact, there wasn't a clear date on the next round of talks between co-commanders on ground. In the meantime, there is now the third commander at the Western Theatre Commander. Ever since the standoff that started in May 2020, China has changed the Western Theatre Commander thrice. And the current or the new Western Theatre Commander, he is said to be extremely close to Chinese President Xi Jinping. So are the two out to make a point? We'll discuss that later during the broadcast, but I want to bring in Geeta Mohan for more on the story. Geeta, India insists on complete disengagement and resolving the remaining issues at the LAC for normalizing ties with China. So India continues to stand firm. What's China's response?
Well, Gaurav, in the recent past, you must have noticed that Dr. Jaishankar at various forums, at various platforms, has been raising the issue of the fact that China needs to disengage in other remaining areas other than the Pangong Lake area. And the Chinese side was completely made aware of India's position that there can be no forward movement. In fact, there needs to be conducive ties between the two countries. Then peace and tranquility at the border is essential, and in that the Chinese side again dithering, continues to maintain that let's engage, let's talk, let's remain engaged to ensure that complete disengagement takes place at the LAC. But there doesn't seem to be real intent, Gaurav, because if there was, it would have begun long ago with the kind of conversations that have taken place between the two sides. Having said that, the Indian side also meant to discuss a few very important areas, although the focus was the LAC and military disengagement being taken up at diplomatic levels between India and China. Afghanistan, Indian students who wish to return to China are areas that are of importance and are of topics of discussion between the two sides. We do not have details, Gaurav, as to what really transpired between the two sides on Afghanistan, but China-Pakistan nexus with the Taliban in Afghanistan is a worry for India.
It indeed is, but as far as the situation along the line of actual control is concerned, is there a time frame for the meeting of senior military commanders to take the process forward? Or is China giving India that impression that whatever disengagement has taken place after India's quid pro quo operations on the south bank of Pangong Tso, that is it, and now be prepared for a prolonged standoff?
Well, again, there is no clarity on when the next corps commander level talks will take place, but there absolutely is intent on both sides. Both sides have been talking about, Gaurav, the next level of meetings between the two sides, the next round of talks. But does that really translate into intent on Beijing's part? Really not, because we have seen the kind of military engagement between the two sides. There's also diplomatic engagement and the WCC meetings, but nothing has really come of the meetings. This meeting also, while a very important one on the sidelines of the SCO foreign ministers meet, has really borne no real outcome, Gaurav.
Okay.
And we'll have to wait and see what really happens after the kind of commitment that China has really shown, whether they're really going to walk the talk or not.
Geeta, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Congress